Page 20. This is a theme or a melody from a Violin Concerto by Mendelssohn, second movement. It's not really a piano piece, but okay, it's a nice arrangement. 6/8 time, so we're counting eighth notes. And there's 6 of them in a beat, a measure. There's 1 of them in a beat, 6 in a measure. Whatever. Take it one hand at a time and make sure our fingering and rhythm and all that working. Starting here, they want third finger here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Thumb comes down, and then up here to here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, let's do those 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Then during the rest, come down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest. During the rest, come down. Come down third finger. Again, third finger. Those 16th notes are the 1 and 2 and 3 and, because we're counting eighth notes. So it's 6 and 6 and 1. This is the third line. See these 4 notes in that measure? That's just a broken C chord, and that's the fingering, 4th finger, so that's what we use. And 2 and 4 here. Now, last measure on third line, they want 5th finger? No, because you got an F coming up. 4th finger there, here, so the little finger can do the F. You want to connect them. Come down. We've had this C sharp, top of page 21. You're in position. 5, 6, 8. And again, second measure, those 4 notes in that measure, that's a D minor chord, 4th finger on the F. And then come up. Again, now we're in this chord. Right there. That's the last 2 measures of the first line on page 21. You're here, and that's tied. You're going to hold that down now for a while, and while you do that, you want to play these other notes. So like multiple voices going on, and third finger, if you can, your hand's big enough, because we want to hold that down, and we got all these notes to play here. And then you can lift up during the rest and come down. 5th finger, and then 1, 3. We want to connect the melody. Then during the rest, come up. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. Natural. The fingering they're showing in the book for this is the third line down. The first 2 measures. They want thumb here and cross over. And that's fine, you can do that. Or stay there, cross over here. Different ways of fingering it, and either one works. You pick one and stick with it. And then these 16th notes. Well, in 6/8 time, a 16th note gets half a beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So that measure, this is the third measure, third line. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And it's a B natural. 2, 1. This way we're in position. So again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Here, going on, last measure of that third line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 4th finger. They want 5th finger. That's fine. B natural. They're just 1 and 2 and 3 and. The 4th line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3. Then going on, saying what you've had before. The last few measures there at the bottom, the last 2 measures. You're up here, and you've gone down. They saying 2 cross over 2. I recommend third if you can. That's why you're You want fifth finger. You can scratch up and do here, but I would encourage you to use third finger there because it's part of an arpeggio and this sort of the fingering we need to get accustomed to. So it's here, and then connect the top note. Here. Left hand. Well, the left hand is just fun and games. You're going to love it. Two voices going on and they overlap. And it's important that we do it with the fingers. So we have that's 3 counts, dotted quarter note, 3 counts, dotted quarter notes the same as 3/8 notes. So here it gets 3 counts. And then you have the quarter note, 2 together. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just make sure you're holding these down. Don't get lazy and go. No. Hold it down with the fingers. And then the last measure, they're saying 4th finger. It's fine. And then second line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 2 voices going. It's easier for the orchestra to do this than the piano, but that's what they're doing. So that's the hardest part of the left hand, is overlapping these 2 voices and holding them down with the fingers. Let's go over to page 21. You can follow their fingering at the top of the page, here, and then here, here. You can also use 2nd finger if you want, but you got to come down here, do the best you can. I like to use 2nd finger on the B flat. This is the 2nd measure. 4th finger on the F, and then here. And 2, 1 here. This is the 2nd line of page 21. Thumb. That way you can reach during the rest to come back up. You can do this 3, 2 here. Thumb here if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I do. This is the 3rd line down, 2nd measure is here, 4th finger, because that's where I'm at. And the next one, I just bring a thumb down, bring thumb under. 3, because I want little finger on the D, so it's thumb. And then going on, they've got a 4, 2, 1 for this. This is the last measure of the 3rd line on page 21. That's 1, 2, 3. You can do here, it's up to you. I mean, you're here, you can do however you want to do it. You have a rest, so you got time to come up here if you'd like to do that here. That's fine. Keep your hand out here, or it depends on how big your hands are. But just know that's a B natural in the last one. Here, and then during the rest, come up. I recommend 3rd finger here. Then 2, and then the F is here, and then you got time to come back down. Overlapping again. Put the hands together. Make sure the hands are working together. I get the rhythm. Some of the rhythms are a little tricky. And then when you can get all that, get rid of the hesitations. You go nice and slow. This is a slow piece. Just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just nice and slow. There's recordings of it. You can hear the orchestra and the violin playing it. Then we have the phrasing in the left hand pretty much, or in the right hand. Of course the rests help because you have to lift up. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. Just like taking a breath. The left hand, keep it all connected. So you're only lifting up in the right hand. So for instance, in the second line on page 20, you're here. You lift up here, but not here. There in the third line, second measure, both hands come up because the left hand has a rest. So go through it and very carefully work out this phrasing in the right hand and then see if you can get the hands to work together that way. Now over on page 21, third line down, we have these little notes. They come in between the first two beats. This is real quick. They go to here, go to here. Real quick, just connect them. But don't try and do it gracefully, because this is a graceful piece. So forth, and then in the last measure of that line, you have an accent in the left hand, because you're loud to hear. Land on that note. We want to hear that B natural. So you get the idea, I hope. If I play the right notes, it would help, but who wants to do that? Then we can add the dynamics. Well, that goes to the melody, and you can figure out where the melody... That's what we have. Everything else has to be softer than that, very soft in the background. It says dolce at the beginning, which is sweetly. All right, we'll do sweetly later. Let's just do soft for now. It's here. Soft, and the left hand's very soft. Area. You don't have to stay exactly there. You can get a little loud and soft as you feel it. Till the top of page 21, second measure, there's a crescendo. You're going up to maybe moderately soft number. And a hairpin, which is the same as a crescendo. You can come up to moderately loud. These, keep these soft. That's moderately loud. And then there's a diminuendo. Well, you're still moderately loud here, and now you're coming down. So you're coming down to soft there by the time you end the phrase, and you're back down to soft again. Third line down, you're going to crescendo now, back up to loud. That's loud, that note. This is, you're going up. I suggest you come down to moderately loud and go back up to loud. Go back up to loud here, so it's... there, you can bring that note out. Bring it up about moderately loud. Because we don't want to overpower the right hand, so you don't want to get too loud. Come down, moderately soft. There at the fourth line down, second measure, back down to soft. See, we get that the part there in the third line where we got loud. Yeah, this is like the climax of the piece. This is where you're the loudest in the piece, the most exciting part. Last line, you have the swell, the matching hairpins. You're going to go up and then come back down. We look in the middle and you see that's your target. That's where you want to get the loudest. We're going to go up to about a moderately soft, moderately loud in there. So it's here. And the retardando there is slow down. A little bit. I didn't talk about the fingering there at the bottom. It's that I hope you're just a 2-1, or it's a 1-2-1. There's other fingerings we can try. I can do that, but this is fine. 1-2-1. Just use that fingering, it's close enough. Speed-wise, keep it sweet. We want to feel the 6. 1, 2, 3. Keep it slow and sweet. Well, it's an orchestra piece with a violin. We need lots of overtones. We want to connect things. This is not a piano piece. So we need pedal to help us out. And again, they're keeping the pedal simple for you. They're pretty much just overlapping everything. And if I pedal it that way, this is what it sounds like. Push the notes down first and then the pedal. Not too bad, but I'd still like to hear the phrasing and maybe take out a little of the blurriness. So at the end of a phrase, I'm going to lift the pedal with the right hand so I can hear the phrase. So it's this way. Right here. I'm not pedaling the first 8th note there. It's just... And the first major, second line. There at the end, I'm not pedaling those 8th notes. So the measure again is here. I want to hear the rest in the right hand anyway. And the second measure, lift up and then lift up with the right hand, and then don't pedal the 16th notes. You don't need that. So it's... measure, third line, second measure, I don't pedal the pickup beat. I want to hear the phrase and I don't need it. So that's by itself. So forth. So you have to question this pedaling all the way through and just lift it up when you don't need it. You don't need it on everything. Let's go over to the exciting part. This is the third line down on page 21. You're up here. So I don't pedal. When I got a rest in the left hand there, I didn't pedal that. So it's... So I don't pedal that 8th note by itself. I want to hear the rest. Again. And here. Yeah. So I might lift up for that little ornament. I'm not pedaling that at all because it's just moving around too much. If I pedal it, I'm catching all of that. I don't want it. And I don't pedal this. I don't want to smear that. No, keep it clean. You can pedal those. But I lift it up with the left hand on the rest. This is the third line down, last measure. And I don't pedal any of these 16th notes. I just don't like them all smashed. I don't like that sound. It's a personal thing. If you pedal if you want to. So forth. That's my impression of the pedaling. You do it as you see fit.